bright out, but there's the Cape Hatteras National Seashore sign behind us. It's windy, so I'm sorry if it's hard to hear. And we're gonna walk down Highway 12 past Howard's Pub, Jason's, those places today. And then I'm hoping to go down Ocean View and some of the side streets. We'll see how much time that takes and energy. All right, I'm gonna turn you around. This is where we'll put our debris after the storm. If it wasn't alongside the street where we lived, a lot of people tried to help keep the streets in the village straightened up so things would get dumped here. But they've got it cleaned up and starting to get it filled in. They're filling some sand in. Obviously, it's still pretty icky around here, but they're working on it. Work in progress. It looks 150 times better than it did. It was piled high every day. As soon as they would clean it up, it would get filled back up with household debris from ripping all of our houses out and everything. So there you go. Welcome to the village of Ocracoke. Normally, this parking area here by Howard's Pub would be all filled up by now. Ooh, we got New Mexico, Winston-Salem. I can see the comments today. At least right now I can. Nice. Glad to see everybody here again today. It is hot in the sun, chilly a little bit when the wind blows, but overall a pretty nice day here. So, Howard's Pub, they just started doing takeout, limited hours, limited menu. Not sure how long that'll last. If they're planning to do it until we open, or if they're just planning to do it, I assume they're planning to do it till we open. Or if they're going to expand their hours later on. And you can see where they're filling in the sand here to try to redo what got so messed up when we were putting our debris there. And it's post office time, so everybody's coming to the post office now to get their mail. Got my handy dandy mask on in case I run into anybody. I've been trying to be real conscious about having that with me. And the dump, David Johnson and John Lee doing a great job keeping us informed of when the dump is available, because we all still have debris to pick up and take out. Plum Point, 1718. He's been doing steak nights Thursdays. Lots of traffic right here right now. Hey, that's all right. So here's Jason's. I know a lot of people are curious how Jason's is going. We've got scaffolding up in there, doing some work. Looks like they're getting some sheetrock up. Not sure if he has his pizza ovens in there yet. And then I talked about houses being moved a while ago, and the beach house right here has been moved. The old Assembly of God Church has been moved. It used to be down on Lighthouse Road, and I'm not sure if that house has been moved or not, but some of the Ocracoke Island Realty offices were part of what was the old Lakeside Cottage Court where the Ocracoke Harbor Inn is now. So they've been moved to this location. And Trade Winds, if you're ready to go fishing, they've got a full packed store. There was a house here. It's hard to walk without saying hello to people. I like saying hi to everybody. This is where Gaffer's was. They're going to be moving. I'm not sure what's happening with the building, but it is up for sale if anybody's interested. probably needs a little work. Coming up is the campground. It was purchased last, I think, March, so about a year ago, by some folks who are turning it into journeyman's. They are not currently in control of the gas pumps. The gas pumps still have been iffy at times. They've gotten better lately, but they are not the ones in control of the gas pumps per the purchase arrangement. But they are going to have a campground, and so if you want to camp, there's options, places to stay in the village. Sweet Tooth, she's been doing lots of work there. Pam's Pelican, I don't know how they've fared. The community center, that was where Jason fed a lot of us after the storm with the meals. And we had a lot of really just incredible meetings in there with people giving quilts away and Christmas ornaments away and all sorts of wonderful events that people sponsored for us. And then the variety store, the sign you can see just above the True Value truck, Ocracoke Strong. The sign, the original variety store sign, got blown down in the storm. But Tommy and the crew there have just been going above and beyond to keep the shelves stocked and helpful bringing stuff out to the car if you don't want to go in, making sure we have what we need and working non-stop to help us out. So really appreciate all those guys have been doing for us. Thank you, variety store crew. Teach's Hole. Got a cool little Blackbeards exhibit in there. If you haven't been, it's worth going in and checking it out. The garden center back here. I got some pots to put some plants in. Got some hydrangeas. My grandmother always had hydrangeas in front of her house. I live in their house, my grandparents' house. Or that is the house I usually live in. And when they get ready to raise it, I'm going to lose all those hydrangeas because they are going to just drive all over them, I'm sure. So my dad's girlfriend was in town back in March, and she dug them up and replanted them. So I got some pots from the garden center and put the hydrangeas out in front of the village Craftsmen now. So my grandmother's hydrangeas will live on. Here is where the Ocracoke Oyster Company used to be. For those of you who've been coming to Island for years and years, it was Captain Ben's. The original Captain Ben's was a waterfront restaurant. It burned down in 1977, and they moved it to this location. In fact, they literally moved the whole thing to this location because the building it was in was originally part of the Navy base down by the Swan-Quarter Cedar Island ferry docks. And later it was the school rec hall behind the school, and then they moved it here and turned it into Captain Ben's. And then after Ben's left, it was a number of different businesses until the Ocracoke Oyster Company took over and helped it stick and had Martin and Friends play there, a whole bunch of music. But it's now going to be Wheelie Fun Cart Rentals with Rex and Maggie O'Neill. And Rex said hello to us on one of the videos when I was walking down British Cemetery, and he's also featured on Walt Wolfram's Ocracoke Brogue videos. And again, I can see that there are questions coming up or comments, but the sun is so bright I can't actually read them. So I know they're there, I just can't decipher them in this glaring sun. But when I get done, I'll try to go home and check it out and answer questions if there are any. We're gonna walk past Pony Island here in a minute so you can see their progress. And this is the fire department. It was it was the fire mart, what we called it, where the fire trucks after the storm got taken out, and it was completely open for all the deliveries that we got, and the left-hand bay is still being used as the bread pantry for people who are still in need of help getting food and some supplies. And y'all have to remember that, you know, we're all in tough times right now, but Ocracoker's for the most part have been out of work since the beginning of September last year. Just a quick side, this is native seafood, but back behind it was where the original Flying Melon was, and then, again, for those of you who've been coming for years, it was the trolley stop back there, and it's gone. So here we are at the Pony Island, and Melinda and David Scott have been doing a great job. You have to realize all these rooms and their motel office got wet, and they have gotten them all super cleaned. They've got all new furniture, bedding, floors, walls, everything is brand new in here. So it is like a brand new motel, and they have been working very, very hard to get these things up and running so that we're ready when people come back. It was a huge job, and the pile of wet mattresses and everything was just, it was striking and hard to see, but they've really done a great job getting it back. Pony Island Restaurant still getting some work done. We talked about Jimmy's garage the other day. He lost all his equipment, but got a lot of help getting most of the equipment back, and it's up and running. So we hope the Pony Island Restaurant gets put back together pretty quickly, but I think they're doing a lot of work there on it. I'm sure everybody has their favorite Pony Island menu item. Mine is the salsa cheese egg. I used to never get anything else, but now they've got a breakfast taco something that has lured me in, so I get that one a lot too now. So we're not going to walk all the way down Ocean View Road. Oh, and I should tell you, where the Pony Island is, and this road is called Ocean View Road, and you know, I'm putting the camera this direction. Can anybody see the ocean? Yeah, I didn't think so. But in the old days you could, because there was no vegetation that direction, and literally the Pony Island restaurant used to advertise oceanfront dining. Doesn't mean the waves were lapping at their door, but you could stand out on the front or sit at one of the tables inside, and it was just flat sand flats all the way down, and you could actually see the ocean from there. So street name may seem silly, but that's why it's called that. So coming around the backside of Back Porch Restaurant, we're going to go down Sand Dollar Road. This is where Edwards of Ocracoke was. They still have a few units that they're renting. We walked past a couple of them on Back Road, and then we'll walk past another couple of them that are still available. But yeah, it's very sad to see, but they've been doing a lot of work putting the new rope fence up and really cleaning up the yard to make it look good. I don't know what the plan is for the property, but I'm sure it will be something very nice. Hey! Yeah, they were super cute little buildings. So this is the Sand Dollar. As you can see, there's some work being done there as well. Lots of work. They've just really gotten going, I think. It looks like they took walls out. It looks like all the way up to the ceiling in there. And when you come, you'll see a lot of these containers. We've talked about it before. You'll see a lot of these containers around because we just didn't have anywhere to store anything. If everything in our house was wet and the house had to either be torn down or cleaned up, that was our only option. So this house has been raised up. Building was torn down here. Looks like they might be building something else there, I'm not sure. These are cute, cute little rentals if you're looking for a teeny tiny place. Small change and pocket change. Super sweet. The pocket change has a lovely screened porch off the back, as does small change, it looks like. Pretty quiet down this street. Oh, quite as much glare on this street. Lovely little house there, Robin's Retreat, not a rental. Coming up here on Angie's gym. I don't know if the gym has been open at all, but she does a lot of classes in there, and she's got a lot of good exercise equipment. And it's down this little street right there. If you're missing exercising while you're on the island, she's a place you can check out. This, I have to be honest, is a street I don't often come down, so I'm not sure which of these houses necessarily are rentals and which are year-round. So you'll have to keep an eye out for signs if something looks interesting. See if that's something that you could look up and rent later on. Still some work here. It needs to be done. The steps are pushed up. Probably the fence has been compromised as well. A lot of the fences just didn't withstand the rushing water. It came up and down so fast in Dorian. It caused a lot of the issues for the fences. Houses tucked in here. There's a rental, so you can rent some houses down here. Not going to take you down Sunset. This time I'm going to go up Cabana and end at the intersection of Sunset. We'll do Sunset some other day, so we've got just a little bit longer on this particular walk. Right into the sun. Can y'all still see even though we're going into the sun? They lost at least one house, maybe two down this way. And then another one just got taken down yesterday. It was a concrete block house down at the end of Sunset. So that one is gone now too. So there was a house here. Probably a house over there too. Maybe a trailer. But these streets are neat because you can stay back here and be very, very close. It's just a really short walk to a coffee shop or the back of the school, the Flying Melon. So if you stay back here, it's very, very quiet. And yet you're really close to all the action spots. Let's see, another house was taken down there. Got some water. There's a cute little house. I'm sure they got water in the garage down there. And fig trees. I don't know if you've noticed there's big trees in there. Genevieve doesn't own this house anymore, but I always envied her big fig trees. And they've got quite a few in there too. Looking pretty healthy. And then coming around to Marcy and Lou's, the coyote den is no more down at the docks, but they're going to have a little listening station in their house. They're renovating it. Beautiful old Ocracoke home that they've altered to fit their needs. This is the back of it there. And they're going to have little concerts in their house, which will be real sweet, real intimate setting. And see what we do sometimes with the shells. If they're broken shells and we need mulch of sorts, or instead of pebbles, a lot of times we use shells around here. So there's Marcy and Lou's, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that space looks like when it's all done with. And I'll just show you up and down Cabana. It's not necessarily a pretty view. I like to end with a pretty view, but not a pretty view like the harbor is what I mean. But there's down that side of Sunset, and then back where we came from, over around here, down towards the coffee shop, so you can see the back of the school from there. So that's it, and we'll do another walk, hopefully tomorrow if the weather holds. Thank you guys for watching.